Your DLD is a 6.4 review sheet, which you were given in class. And I'm going to just go through and do one problem from each section just to make sure that we are all on the same page on what we're supposed to be doing. So the question or the directions, I write the slope-intercept form of the equation. However, if you are given a point and slope, then remember you have to start in point slope form. Okay, so just recall point slope form would be y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. And now we're going to plug in. So here's my x and here's my y. So my x1 and my y1. So I'm going to do y minus, my y1 is negative 1. And then equals my slope, which is m, is 5 over 2. Parentheses x minus, and my x1 is negative 2. And then I'm going to change those to plus signs because minus and negative. And if I want to put it in slope-intercept form, remember that's the y equals form. So I need to solve for y. So I'm going to draw in my wall. First thing I need to do is get rid of my parentheses. So I'm going to distribute. So 5 over 2 times x is 5 over 2x. Then 5 over 2 times 2. So on your calculators, if you guys do this, you should be getting out a 5 plus 5, and then I'm going to bring down my y plus 1, my equal sign, and then final step to getting y alone is to subtract 1, and I can only subtract it over here where the constant is, and I'm going to bring this over. So y equals 5 over 2x plus 5 minus 1 would be 4. And there's my answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, so you guys can have that to reference, and I've already done number 2 for you. So 1 through 5, you're going to follow in that way, okay? I'm going to erase this here. And then 6 through 10, you're going to write the slope-intercept form again. So we're doing y equals mx plus b again. Of the line, this time we're given 2 points. 2 points. So remember, the first thing you always have to do to be able to write the equation of a line is you need to find your slope. So remember to find the slope between 2 points. We're doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to do my y's first. So I'm going to do 1 minus 2 over, now I'm going to do my x's, 0 minus 2. So that's negative 1 over negative 2, which the double negative would become a positive 1 over 2. Okay, so there's my slope. And then I'm just going to pick one point. If there's a 0, I always pick that point. So when I have a point and I have slope, remember we're going to start like we did up above in point slope form. So we're doing y minus my y1 is the second number in my point, which is 1. And then equals my slope, remember we found, is 1 over 2, parentheses, x minus, and my x coordinate of my point that I'm going to use is 0. You could also have used the 0.22. You'd get the same thing, so it doesn't matter. And we're supposed to solve for y. So I'm going to draw in my wall, and I'm going to distribute. So 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times 0 is just plus 0. And I'm going to bring down my y minus 1 and my equal sign. And then to solve for y, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So my equation will be y equals 1/2 x plus 0 plus 1 would be 1. And there's my answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, so that's the method you're going to do through 10. And then on the back, on the second page, you're going to write the equation of each line in point slope form and slope-intercept form. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is find our slope. So let's find our slope. So between 2 points, I'm going to rise and run. So I'm going to rise 2. I'm going to run 1, 2, 3. And this is an uphill line, so my slope's going to be 2/3. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a point. So this point right here, if I wrote it as an ordered pair, would be the point 1, 1. So the first form I'm going to start in, if I have a point And then slope, I start in point slope. So I'm going to do y minus, the y coordinate of my point is 1, equals my slope, which is 2/3. Parentheses, x minus, the x coordinate of my point is 1. There's my point slope answer, so I can box that in. And now I'm going to do the slope intercept form answer. So to do that, I'm going to draw in my wall, and I'm going to get rid of my parentheses first. So 2/3 times x is 2/3 x. 2/3 times -1 is -2/3. Then I'm going to bring down my y minus 1 and my equals. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So y equals 2/3 x plus, and if you do that on your calculator, if you take -2/3 plus 1, you would get out 1/3. And there's my answer in slope intercept form. And that's what you're going to do on 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, so I have done one from each section, and you need to finish the others to make sure that we are getting this correct. So we're going to do on this assignment numbers 2, 4, and 5. 2, 4, and 5. We already did 6, so you're going to do 8, 9, and 10, and then 11, 12, and 13. So I'm going to say that again. 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so let me just write that again. Numbers 2, and then 4 and 5, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 8 through 13. So these are the numbers you're going to do on this worksheet. Okay, have a great day.